So just a little preamble, welcome into OnlyVans Guru. This is what happens when you don't go places, when your mind is stuck on numb, comfortably numb, as we say. So I'm going to be doing an update now on claiming universal credit and where I am health-wise, physically. I'm going to talk about this in the next bit. So I've recorded this bit after the bit that I've just recorded. I spent 2 days immobile earlier this week because of the pain in my legs, which then gets me down. But I've just been to the universal credit people to start that ball rolling over where I am with my health. And then I think for those in van life, this is an unknown for me. I don't know how you get on. I have got an address that I can use, but I've been upfront and open that I am nomadic. I've now put in a request for a sick note for the last 2.5 years to cope with the physical aspects that my back's going, the pain in my legs is getting worse. And yeah, I go on those walks, but then 2 or 3 days later, I'm held up. And maybe I should do more videos on coping with what I have, rather than always showing people all the great stuff that I do when I'm on an up. So this is where I am. So if you want to know about this, the start of the saga, which may be beneficial, or I might get nothing. And then some people will go, well, you've paid in all your life. Why can't you have things? Well, it's just the system. So let's see how that goes. So I'm day one. Enjoy this one. Please, if you want to support my eclectic lifestyle and what I do, give this a thumbs up and a subscribe. Leave me a comment. It all helps the algorithm. It costs you nothing, unless, of course, you want to join the supporters club or do what someone did earlier this week. And I'm really grateful via the podcast. They bought me a coffee on a rolling basis each month. So thank you to them. So sit back. It's a short one because it's just me walking down the road to the job centre and then walking back up the road. And I'm sort of holed up going nowhere at the moment. Take care all. Bye. Hi world, Martin here, OnlyVans Guru channel. Well, this one's, I thought I'd record this episode from the start, the inception of what I'm doing, and it might answer questions for those of you who are considering this option, thinking about it, worried about it. So straight to the crux, I'm applying for universal credit. Background is technically been out of work for 2.5 years since leaving the NHS. I was the sole director of my hypnotherapy business, which was run as a limited company, but that made nothing. And I'm declaring bankruptcy on it. So from my perspective, and feel free to argue and be rude if you need to be, out of work since November, 2.5 years ago, and very minimal income. And then I've wound it up and I get by now practically on my NHS pension, which is around £530 a month. And I've run out of funds to move around. So I've applied for I'm applying. And this is day one when I'm walking down to the job centre to prove I'm me with my driving licence, my passport, and some very minimal documentation because I don't technically have an address. Just wait for the cars to go past. I have an address for postal, which is a friend's place. And I've got to be upfront and honest. So yeah, you've got to be upfront and honest. So, I will be saying how I move around most of the time. And obviously they can check all this because it's all on the YouTube channel. It's not like I'm hiding anything. and I will keep you up to date in the loop. Do people like us who are nomadic, are we entitled to anything? Am I looking for work, or can I say that I'm trying to build up the YouTube channel, which isn't currently monetized? It's the whole, well, it's so many unknowns, and I think it'd be really interesting to share this one. If I get anything, if I have to make out that I'm looking for work, which obviously I don't want to, because I want to put everything into this and try and build the podcast up that I also run. Also, there's my health, physical and mental. I stopped being a paramedic initially due to back pain, and I still suffer from chronic back pain. And some days it comes back to hit me really, really hard, and I go, oh, that's why I'm no longer a paramedic. And then when I could no longer be frontline and they moved me into an office, that's when my mental health took a shot and my personality issues stopped me integrating. So lots to find out. Hello again. Well, I just met a wonderful chap. I won't do names, but he was really helpful. Today in the Job Centre Plus with Universal Credit, it was about them establishing who I was. So I took my passport, my driving licence, and I had a copy of some legal paper. One moment whilst I let this car go past. And another document to prove who I was. And obviously it's nothing I know about. I don't know about PIP, don't even know what that means. I don't know what I would be entitled to. I've never made a claim since 1985 when I came to the UK and I was homeless. I'll talk to you again in a minute. Hello, me. I might get huffy and puffy. It's a steep hill now. And we talked about, am I actively looking for work? I said no, and why not? And for all the fitness and health I do it to combat the chronic back pain that ended my career as a paramedic, and then my personality issue and mental health, which ended my career in control. We talked about sick note, fitness to work. I'm being really open and honest about it. And I mentioned, he brought up a date where I can come back in for another interview. And I said, oh, can't do that date. I've got a consultation which is all about skin cancer returning. And he went, oh, you got that? Well, I've got that, and then I've got my cardiac screening because I have coronary heart disease. So all those bits add up. Things I need to do now: speak to my GP, even though I'm out of work technically, get a sick note, which will help with that claim, because I can't do any manual work. I can't stand up, even though I go for walks. I do those on my good days. Obviously on YouTube, you see me at my fittest, because Monday and Tuesday, would it have made a good video of me not being able to get out of bed? I was screwed. The pain in my legs, and well, it starts with the leg pain and the back pain, and you can't move, and then mentally you're just like, bollocks to it. We shall see. I'll keep you informed of the forms I need. I needed to say, because of my 500 odd pension, probably not get anything. But as friends have said, and many other people. So many people just live on this forever, which annoys us old workers. If I'm entitled to something because I am unwell, then I will claim it now and feel no guilt. Okay, let's get home, phone my GP and book my cardiac screening, which I need. And tomorrow I've got a video consultation over the change of the skin on my back. And because I've had skin cancer before, just got to stay on top of that. Ladies, guys.